All right, so welcome back, you all. This is part 2 of the resin process. If you didn't see part 1, you need to take a look. It's the painting process. I know that portion of it, even this one, sometimes mixing, I know it's boring to a lot of people, but it's very much needed. And there might be some things in here that you may or may not have thought about or any of that. You know, everybody does everything differently. So everybody knows we use countertop epoxy. Okay, I love it when it comes to tabletop resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. We use the FX Black Label. Countertop epoxy is out of Colorado. There is a gazillion resins on the market. So, not here to judge nobody and what they use. It's kind of like paints. This is top quality. So if you have a top quality resin, that's what you're looking for. I would advise to stay away from all your cheaper resins. That's where you have a lot of problems, a lot of bubbles, a lot of critiquing. So this kind of eliminates a lot of that. The rest is up to you. So moving on forward with our process, what we're looking for is 3 liters. That is what we have got going on here. The reason I have this little cup here of resin is strictly because we've had 2 different containers over here. I like to get every last little drop. So before we got into these guys, I wanted to already use what we had going on. We are looking for 3 liters. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sucker start activating. You can see right there in the cup, all kinds of different things. That is the chemical reaction. I'm gonna get the majority out of this. Just about right there. And now I'm gonna get it up here to 3 liters the rest of the way. So I'm gonna start off by squeezing the bottle here. Just be easy. The more gulping you do, that's what causes big splashes down in there that you really don't want. Certain amount of bubbles you can't get away from. We got some things to show you to help with those bubbles. The less bubbles you have, the better off you are. So once we start approaching that 3 liters, I will quit squeezing like that. And then we're gonna trickle this guy right on down to the mark. So now we're getting kind of close. I'm gonna slow his flow down just a little bit here. I have a phone light right in behind, as you can see, because it helps me accurately see that line that I'm trying to see. Now, I can't stress this enough. It is very crucial to get this accurately. And I want to give you a little secret of ours. A lot of people at home that try this stuff do not have one cool thing that really helps you out. Okay? We have a digital scale. We have a digital scale that measures this stuff to the spec. And the reason we use that digital scale is because of the obvious reason. To make sure it is completely perfect every rip. Now, I know you just seen me pour this in here by hand. Well, that's how we started years ago. We are really used to that. We've done this enough to where we're not going to have any problems. But if it helps you at home, Amazon has them. Get you a digital scale that measures quarts, liters, you know, things of that nature. And it will really help you not to overshoot, undershoot, any of that stuff. It'll really help you because the ratio of 1-to-1, you really want that dead on. You do not want that to be off, or you will cause yourself to not cure correctly. Just a whole boatload of problems that you'll make for yourself by being off with that. Also, another great little tip. This is PVC. Okay, just a piece of 1/4 round PVC. We have used your basic stir sticks, paint sticks, 5-gallon bucket sticks. We've used all that before. We try not to use those because, like I just told you, it's one more thing we're putting in here that is technically a wood. It does put off bubbles in the mix, so the less bubbles again you have, just the better. So I know this is the boring part. but I want to answer a question that is most asked. There is not really, there's a specified time limit for stirring this, and there is an accurate way to stir this. So we don't set a clock, we don't do anything like that. What we do instead is we have, which you can get from just about anywhere, we have a heat gun, okay? It's gonna tell me exactly what that temperature is, which it's 72 degrees right now. And I'm gonna tell you, the more we keep mixing this, Tom, show them real quick. Let's show them. Let's keep an eye on the ACE logo and the words underneath. It's very cloudy right now, okay? That's good. So I'm gonna keep stirring this, and we're gonna cut off the camera here in just a minute because there's no point in you all sitting here listening to me talk about nothing. But when we do come back on and show you, we are gonna show you the clarity of what's going on. And again, timers, manufacturers' recommendations are just that. They're just a recommendation. A lot of people think if it says 6 minutes on the container, then they're going to do it for 6 minutes. And what they're really not getting in that 6 minutes is they're not getting an accurate temperature to pour that out and have all this flow correctly, bond correctly, just everything under the sun. So what we try to target, if you get you one of these from the store and you keep checking it, we are way ahead of schedule, but we are already up to 73 degrees. You want to be between 82 and 85 degrees when you go to dump this out on whatever piece you're doing, and you will have the minimal problems possible in dealing with resin. So that's a huge factor and a huge tip. Let me finish getting this where it needs to be, closer to the 82 mark. I'll bring you back in and I'm going to show you down in the container how crystal clear this is supposed to be.